Few characters in British comedy have seized our imagination as forcibly as that of Malcolm Tucker, the foul-mouthed Westminster bruiser played so memorably by Peter Capaldi in The Thick of It. Been so successful that the series transferred to the cinema. In the Loop was a box office hit. Having conquered the small screen, the big screen, Capaldi is now back on stage in London, where he's starring in a new theatre adaptation of that wonderful Ealing comedy, The Lady Killers. I'm going to be talking to him about that in just a minute, but first, a brief reminder of Malcolm Tucker at his most malevolent.
This job is not going to get anywhere near my husband and my kids. It just doesn't.
Of course it does. As per the wee barcode and the serial number under your right armpit, you are now built and owned by the state, and you are under the spotlight 24 hours a day, darling.
We were going to play a bit where you're being very rude about my ears, but there was so much swearing in it, it was all bleep.
That was a good gag.
From the ears. It was a good gag. I'm all ears. Yes. I'm Andrew Marr, you see.
Yeah.
Before we talk about the other things, obviously your character was based pretty heavily on Alistair Campbell, but you met Alistair Campbell and quite liked him, I think.
Yes, right? I always tried to avoid him because I didn't want to be charmed. Politicians are terribly charming, and I don't want to be drawn into their circle. And I was at the Channel 4 Politics Awards, and I went to the table and saw that the nameplate next to mine was Alistair Campbell. I thought, oh, God, I'm going to be stuck here.
Someone's had a sense of humour, yeah.
Yeah, and eventually he did turn up, large as life, and the first thing he said to me was, what's with the hair? Because he's got a great interest in hair and hair products, as I'm sure you know. And the evening just carried on like that. He was very charming, very, very funny, lots of quips and remarks about everyone. Not the wittiest, but with his northern accent, it gave him the kind of air of a kind of second-rate comedian at the Batley Variety Club or something. But what really surprised me, and I shouldn't have been surprised by this really, was the amount of prominent Tories that came up to him and said hello and exchanged big welcomes and guffaws. But I mean, politicians are human beings, aren't they? We forget that sometimes, that they can be on different sides and be friendly with each other.
Yeah, yeah. And now with the coalition, we're going to see a sort of Thick of It remix.
Yeah, Thick of It's coming back next year, so it's going to be really fascinating.
But are you going to be in it? Because I mean, you're meant
I am going to be in it. Yes.
Oh, excellent.
Yes.
So
I can't tell you exactly what I'm going to be doing because I don't really know.
Yeah.
We never really know until we turn up.
No.
But yes, Malcolm is going to be there.
Excellent. Now, The Lady Killers.
Yeah.
One of the great British comedies of all time. Guinness and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
Why transfer it to the stage? What's the point of the stage version? Is it different?
Well, I think the point of doing it is because it's fun.
Yeah.
It's just much more fun. I mean, The Lady Killers, the movie, is one of those rare things. It's an almost perfect movie, but it's just full of all this great stuff that you can't leave alone. It's very, very stylish. It has this almost kind of ghoulish quality about it. And it's perfect because it's so perfect, it has great ideas that Graham Linehan has taken and run with. I mean, we tell the same story, and we use a lot of the same elements.
Yes.
But obviously, it's a live show full of real actors and routines and gags.
And you're following in the shoes of one of the all-time greatest British actors.
Yes, which is quite terrifying, really. But and we've just seen Gary Oldman give this fantastic.
Well, another Guinness reprise.
But the key thing about Alec Guinness in The Lady Killers was when they said to him, "Would you come and play this role?" He said, "You know, my dear boy, surely you want Alistair Sim for this."
Yes.
So really Guinness was doing a version of Alistair Sim. And Alistair Sim, of course, has been influenced by lots of different actors as well. So I just joined that line of actors, channeling other people.
So this is a sort of homage to the great age of British cinema as well.
Yeah.
But you've also done something called the Cricklewood Chronicles?
Oh, no, the Cricklewood Greats. Yes, yes.
Cricklewood Greats,
yes.
which is another way of looking at that.
Yes, that's
era.
a little. It's a documentary I've done for BBC 4, which is me looking at my passion for sort of lost stars of the British film industry, including people like Florrie Fontaine, who was very big in the 30s and became the Force's sweetheart. Unfortunately, it was the German Force's sweetheart, so that ended her career. And we also have a look at, there's a series of film called The Thumbs Up Gang, which is Thumbs Up Matron, Thumbs Up Her Majesty's Pledge. I mean, they're actually worse than the Carry On films. But these are all forgotten now and actually fictional.
These are fictional, yes. We'll look forward to that very much. Without any language that we can't use at the time of the morning, what would Malcolm Tucker be addressing David Cameron with at this moment in his hour of crisis, with the loss of Liam Foxton? Because it's like a thick of it line, the plot line, the Fox story.
Well, I think the thing is that, well, funnily enough, actually, the very, very first episode of The Thick of It, the very, very first scene in the very first episode of The Thick of It has almost this exact situation where Malcolm has a minister who is being the drip, drip, drip of what people are saying becomes overwhelming and it's making the government look weak. And Malcolm just sacks. Malcolm would have sacked him immediately without him even knowing.
What would you say? What would you say then?
I can't say it this time on a Sunday morning. Come on, and without half a dozen writers to give me the lines, I can't say it. You know that.
Oh, well, we'll look forward to The Lady Killers. We'll look forward to Cricklewood Greats.
OK.
Thank you very much indeed for coming.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
Peter Capaldi. Well.